2025. We will have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after we take this look at news. Pennsylvania State Police in Beaver report that a man from Aliquippa was jailed for firing around 20 rounds of shots in Aliquippa on Saturday. 27-year-old Devontae Odom used an assault rifle to fire shots at the front door at 380 Linmar Terrace. The victim was a juvenile female who was located on the second floor. According to police, Odom turned himself in and is now in the Beaver County Jail, facing several charges, including aggravated assault. On Monday morning, a fire occurred at a house in Cranberry Township, and a firefighter left injured after the incident. A house on Ravenscroft Court caught fire, and the report of the fire came in before 1:15 a.m. According to the fire chief of Cranberry, a couple was able to escape safely after waking up from the noise of their fire alarm. The injured firefighter was taken to the hospital, and the cause of the fire is unknown at this time. A man from Coppleboro was arrested after making disturbing notes to an unidentified female victim. 19-year-old Dylan Bish was the suspect who wrote a note that was brought to police by the victim, which involved a phone number on it in November. A second note was found which involved threats to kill her and threats of harassment because of his obsession with her in February. Bish has a $1 million bond and is now in the Beaver County Jail. Pennsylvania State Police in Beaver report that a man from Aliquippa was arrested on Friday for not restraining his dog after it attacked a dog owned by his neighbor multiple times. 59-year-old Kevin Meredith of East Liverpool, Ohio, complained that the pit bull of 31-year-old Tyler Tharp did not get restrained. According to police, Tharp was given a notice to comply because of improper confinement and control of the dog. The New Sewickley Township Police Department released a statement on Friday regarding an incident in which a man was killed after a brush fire occurred in Beaver County on Thursday. Police released the identity of the man, who was 86-year-old Charles Fluke of New Sewickley Township. The fire that was around 1 acre was able to be handled. The cause of death for Fluke is not determined at this time. PennDOT District 11 announced that beginning on Monday, March 17th, weather permitting, single-lane restrictions on Freedom Crider Road in New Sewickley Township will occur. These restrictions will be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in various locations between Route 989 and Park Quarry Road each day until the middle of April. Punch list work will be performed on the drainage system by crews. Shell Polymers Monaca will be performing activity for maintenance in their ethylene cracking unit after flares and emission occurred on both Thursday and Friday. There was no immediate threat to the surrounding community, neighbors in the industry, or those that were operating on site. These teams on site will try to minimize community impacts during this process. If you have any questions, please contact 844-766-5581. A Pennsylvania man has been sentenced to 8 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to theft of major artwork. Thomas Trotta of Dunmore was sentenced Thursday. He's part of a group that was involved in stealing works by famed artists Andy Warhol and Jackson Pollock, World Series rings that once belonged to baseball great Yogi Berra, and other valuables. His defense lawyer describes Trotta as the group's main burglar and that he testified against others. Federal prosecutors say the location of many of the stolen artworks and other material remains unknown. The thefts occurred in Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., and 5 other states.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
Mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming sunny. We'll see a high near 44. Clear tonight, we'll drop down to a low around 32. Sunshine tomorrow, look for a high near 65 and a low around 46. And partly sunny on Wednesday with a chance of showers through the overnight. We'll reach a high near 74 and a low around 45. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
That's a look at the news for now. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Are you ready? It's time to find out what is on the mind of Eddie Crow. It's something to crow about on Beaver County Radio, 99.3 FM and 1230 WBVP. Now, here's the host of the show, Eddie Crow.
10 minutes after 11 o'clock. Been looking forward to this last hour because I knew it would be something that'd make us feel better instead of screaming like lunatics about politics. In the studio with me, Elaine Thomas and Harvey Johnson with the Hope Christian Center. And Harvey, I'll start with you because you said Elaine. We're going to get into the specifics. There's a new program that you guys want to talk about, and I want you to talk about. But first off, what is Hope Christian Center, Harvey?
Okay.
It's kind of in the name, I hope.
Yeah. I'm going to really turn that over to my colleague. Her name is Tina Jeans.
Okay.
Elaine Thomas is ahead of my program. Okay. But I'm going to turn it over to her because she is...
Well, now, wait a minute. What is your program?
Live Strong.
That's the new program we're going to talk about.
That's the program for the seniors, yes.
Okay. I do want to ask you before you kick it over, what got you involved?
Pardon?
What got you involved in the Christian Center and in programs?
Okay. I am a member of the church that the program actually is under.
All right.
I'm a member there, and I just have a heart for seniors. I'm a senior myself, but I have a heart for seniors.
Man, you're the most well-preserved senior I've seen in a long time.
And when the opportunity came for me to be a part of that program, I jumped at it. It's got a lot of things connected to get people where they need to be in terms of being involved, but I jumped at it and wanted to be involved in it.
As a senior, what do seniors need that you never thought about until you became a senior?
I would say one of the major things is not sitting down for long periods of time, actually being active in some kind of way. If it's just taking a walk, or it's just that, your body can trigger things in terms of your mind. But if your body is feeling good, you're liable to get things straightened out when it comes to your mind and relaxing and appreciating your age,
Were you active pre-senior?
Very.
Okay.
Very. And I'm very active as a senior. Involved in a number of different projects, yeah.
How do you get people, because you know this, there's some people that don't live their lives active. How do you convince them it's not too late? You're a senior, but you can still go and do and be involved in stuff. Is that a tough sell?
That's a good question, Eddie, and convincing is really a good part of that point. Letting people know that just because you've passed a certain age, it doesn't mean that it's time to sit down or it's time to, acquiesce to those uncomfortable points in your body. This age can really be a very good active time, but you have to commit to it. And knowing that you still have something to contribute, still have something to say, is a very important part of coming into this age.
Elaine Thomas is sitting in the room with me talking to Harvey Johnson with Hope Christian Center. Elaine, the unretired view, what drew you to this work, and explain to me what Live Strong is, because it's a new program.
So Live Strong is a senior-based program, and it provides a lot of social, educational, and health programs for our seniors. And actually, Elaine Thomas is the one who's in charge of it.
Wait a minute. Wait. Your name is not Elaine Thomas?
No.
All right, here's what we're going to do. You keep talking while I change the wrong graphic. I actually only have a kid. And what is your name? I thought it was Elaine.
No, I am Tina Price Jeans.
My gosh. All right, Tina. Spell your last name for me. I'm fixing it right now. My OCD will not let this go, okay?
PRICE -GENES.
Hyphen.
GENES.
Okay. Seriously, I could not have gone any further without. There we go. All right, Tina, you were so polite and not going, hey, dummy, that's not my name.
No, I wouldn't do that.
All right. Talk to me about the Live Strong program. This is new. Why didn't it exist before? Did it take Harvey to come here or to come up and say, hey, this is a good program? Where'd the program come from?
So it evolved out of our pastors, who are the pastors of Sound the Alarm Ministry, which is Pastor Rick and Vera Shimoniak.
Okay.
And Pastor Vera was the one who came up with the program and was very passionate of making sure seniors weren't alone and that it was something for them to do to provide a safe space.
Is that
activity.
a bigger problem than it used to be, you think?
I think so.
Yeah? Is it? Why do you think that is?
I just think sometimes seniors are forgotten about. Sometimes,
Harvey's nodding his head.
Yeah, they are. They tend to be at home alone. Kids are grown. Grandkids are doing things with their children and with their parents and different things like that.
Lives move away.
Retirement sets in, and you want to provide activities and safe space and programming for them to be able to come in and enjoy.
Talk about the programming. What's available?
So,
because if you're trying to talk a senior into something it ain't interesting to them, they ain't going to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I think it would take a senior to be able to tell a senior what they would need.
Okay.
So, I think that's most important is that we have seniors who are heading up the program. And I'm going to let Mr. Johnson go ahead and share.
Harvey's going to share the senior perspective. All right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. The program is designed so that it can connect with seniors on various levels. And when I say various levels, I'm talking about where you are physically, where you are mentally, where you are spiritually. And people are different. But we designed this program so that it can meet various places in terms of where seniors are. And the program operates between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Where?
At Sound the Alarm Ministries.
Okay.
We have the facilities that we've set aside for the seniors, and the program has a number of different activities. We actually start out with a breakfast. And,
that's a good start.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Yeah.
A breakfast and a devotional time. And then the seniors have an opportunity of moving into various areas. We have a full exercising facility. We have all of the exercising machines, but we also have opportunities for seniors to do aerobics and those kinds of things that are less strenuous than working on a machine. So it has that kind of variety to it. Then along with that, we have a game room where seniors can come. There are various kinds of games that are acclimated towards seniors. There's a space for reading, a space for just sitting and talking. That's a possibility. Then along with that, we have a couple of program activities with some of our staff that's involved with those activities. We have a basic course for computers for seniors.
Excellent.
We have working with quilts and building quilts for seniors. And those choices are choices that they can make. These are 6 weeks of where they can come and be involved in these programs. And then, as I said, we have the game room. So they have choices that they can make during the day.
How would they get in touch with you and say, what do I need to do? I mean, you got to give a heads up if you're coming for breakfast, but how do they get in touch with you and say, I want to be a part of this or that?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
The first thing we tell them to do, call the church. Call and identify yourself as a senior that would like to be involved with the program. The phone number is 724
378 1016.
Okay. You talk about these programs for the mind and the body and the spirit.
Yes.
Right? Are people, can they be standoffish when you get to the spirit?
Absolutely. Probably people could be standoffish, but that's what actually the spiritual part is probably what would draw, because we operate out of love, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when we look at Live Strong is under what we call the Hope Christian Center,
Mm-hmm.
and that was derived out of the place to provide hope and love through people throughout the community. And the center itself is a cross-generational organization, and it just instills hope and love, and while we provide social, educational, economic, arts, and spiritual and health programs all at the same time.
Tina, let me ask you a question. How
Mm-hmm.
much more important is spirituality now than when you were a kid?
Oh my goodness, it's a necessity.
Not even necessary. It's past necessary. It's
past
vital.
necessary. It's something that
Yes.
can't live without, right? It's what provides hope on the inside, even in spite of what you see, what's going on in the world today. Things that may be affecting our seniors, right? Because we talk about politics and government
Medicaid,
and Medicaid
Medicare.
and so many different things. And the spiritual aspects, offers hope. We believe that God is our provider, and He will make a way out of no way, and most times circumstances will not provide you to see that with the natural eye, but the spiritual aspect causes you to see that there is hope, and that you do have hope, in a hopeless situation, and that God will provide for you.
And along with that, just to
I could
underscore,
tell Harvey I'm watching. It's like Harvey's got something to say.
just to underscore what Tina's saying,
Yeah.
one of the things that I think is good for seniors is being together, identifying with each other where you are. Hope is so much a part of who we are, and that hope can be energized through community, through fellowship, through seeing that person is where I am. They are where I am, and they are in need, and I'm in need, and those kind of connections, I think, helps in terms of spiritual well-being.
Is it
And being
sometimes
touched by what touches others.
Yeah.
Right?
Is it sometimes easier to hope for others than for yourself? Because you're talking about the unifying force of being around other people.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably can encourage yourself as well as process through your own things. But I think, we're taught that two is always better than one. So when you're able to come together, in a group of people, I think hope spreads. Whether it's you giving hope to the person or the other person giving hope to you, it is contagious.
Yes.
Love is contagious, hope is contagious, and it spreads. And,
Yes.
and when you provide a space where you can, a safe space where you can provide that type of connection for each other, everybody benefits.
Do you have some grumbly Gus's that are just harder to sway?
I'm sure, yeah, absolutely.
The
But
look on your face scene is like, oh my gosh, yes.
I mean, because people are people, right?
Right, right,
There are
right.
going to be some people who will give you a hard time, and there's going to be some people like, hey, that's just what I needed. But once again, it comes with the fact of what our mission is.
Right.
We constantly are providing love
Right.
and hope.
Right.
And at some point, love reaches and love touches, right? And we don't stop because we don't give up, and
All right,
we
your
just keep going.
organization provides love and hope. How much uphill swimming do you got to do against people saying, okay, don't nobody get nothing for free? Because love and hope, we live in a world, and this is sad, but we live in a world where if somebody offers you something, your first reaction is, all right, what do you want from me?
Yeah.
How do you demonstrate love without strings? Because that's what you're talking.
Consistency.
Is that it?
Sustainability.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've learned is that the minute that you can have a conversation, you make a connection. And when you make connections, it allows you to build relationships. And when you build relationships, it creates trust. And trust allows you to make an impact and to create change in that person's life. So it takes time. It takes consistency, sustainability, making that connection, right? And so the connection may not be the first time, but if you provide something with them where it meets the need, that person will come back. And eventually it will cause a connection and relationships, and it creates trust. And that's how you make the impact. And that's how change occurs.
And just to
Harvey's great when he's got something to add. He raises his hand.
just to add to that,
Yeah.
we've come to know that the person of God, God is love, and that's not a qualification. He doesn't qualify that love. That's a love that God is willing to give, and those of us that are connected to Him, that's what we want to do. We want to exercise His character, and love covers a multitude of sins. Love is something that can connect, can do that meltdown, so to speak, in terms of a heart.
It's His agape love.
Yes, yes, it is, and so that's a part of what we endeavor to impart to the seniors that come into our program. And I agree with Tina. Yeah, there's some grumpies, but hey, we love you unconditionally. We love you
in spite of yourself. We love you.
That's
absolutely.
Right. I mean, because that's what God did for us, right?
Yeah, right.
And so it causes us to be able to exemplify that same love.
Harvey Johnson and Tina Price Jeans, call you by the right dang name. Can you guys hang out for a little bit?
Absolutely.
All right, don't go anywhere. News is next with Noah Haswell on Beaver County Radio.
The 45th Annual Beaver County Maple Syrup and Music Festival is back and better than ever. It's all happening on Saturday and Sunday, April the 12th and 13th at the Lodge in Brady's Run Park, just off Route 51 in Brayton Township. While the star of the show is scrumptious Pennsylvania maple syrup drizzled over all-you-can-eat homemade pancakes, there will also be live music with numerous crafters and vendors. Tickets, including pancakes and sausage, are just $15 for adults, $10 for kids under 12, and seniors and military, along with first responders, are just $12. There will also be Pennsylvania pure 100% maple syrup for sale, along with buckwheat and cornmeal flour. The 45th Annual Beaver County Maple Syrup Festival is being presented by Push Beaver County. Make sure you plan to come out to the 45th Annual Maple Syrup Festival from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, April the 12th and 13th at the Lodge in Brady's Run Park. Check out the festival Facebook page for a schedule of events.
There's lots to look forward to this month. The promise of spring, daylight savings, and warm weather ahead. But nothing compares to Ford Truck Month going on now at Moon Township Ford. It's the real star of the show, along with incredible financing. March over to Moon Township Ford now and get a 2025 Ford F-150 XL or a 2024 F-150 Lightning XLT with 0% APR financing for 36 months. There's equally great financing on Ford Escapes, like 0% for 48 months on a 2025 Ford Escape SE. Ford Truck Month was made for truck owners looking to put themselves in a new model for less. It happens every year and allows you to save the most money on your truck purchase because of available incentives. Huge savings at Moon Township Ford are a guarantee during every Ford Truck Month event. Visit the showroom on University Boulevard across from Robert Morris and help kick off the biggest and best financing of the year on the best Ford has to offer.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
You're listening to Beaver County Radio, brought to you live from the Fry Transportation Studios. Beaver County Radio and Fry Transportation, a winning team, 99.3 FM and WBVP, providing news, sports, and information for 76 years.
Looking for an elevated dining experience with a lively bar atmosphere? Jackson's Restaurant and Bar in Monaca is your go-to destination. Join Jackson's for Thursday Night Live, featuring top-notch local music. At Jackson's, they serve modern American cuisine with a fresh flair. Perfect for lunch, dinner, and now Sunday brunch from 10 to 2, plus Sunday dinner from 2 to 6. Located near the Beaver Valley Mall, adjacent to the Hilton Garden Inn, Jackson's is the perfect venue for your next wedding, bridal shower, birthday, or anniversary. Visit jacksonsbeavervalley.com for details.
Have you ever found something interesting that makes you go, oh? Then tune in every other Tuesday from 5 to 5:30 p.m. on Beaver County Radio for the Oh Show with Orlana Dawkins Drury. Orlana relates her views about informing, inspiring, and entertaining headlines that makes the world go round in interviews with local influencers that make you go, oh. The episode will be on Beaver County Radio Facebook and YouTube pages, so make sure to join the Oh Show with Orlana Dawkins Drury every other Tuesday from 5 to 5:30 right here on 99.3 FM and 1230 WBVP.
Tune in to Beaver County Radio 99.3 FM and 1230 WBVP every Monday and Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. for Thinking Logically with Joe Corsai. It is an all-new show that takes a look at the conservative side of politics. Thinking Logically is also presented on the WBVP-WNBA Facebook page and YouTube channel. That's Thinking Logically with Joe Corsai each and every Monday and Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on Beaver County Radio.
Put freedom in your future. Freedom United Federal Credit Union in Rochester. Beaver County Radio's news source. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and beavercountyradio.com. Here's Noah Haswell.
Good morning on this St. Patrick's Day, Monday, March 17th of 2025. We will have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after we take this look at news. Pennsylvania State Police in Beaver report that a man from Aliquippa was jailed for firing around 20 rounds of shots in Aliquippa on Saturday. 27-year-old Devontae Odom used an assault rifle to fire shots at the front door at 380 Linmar Terrace. The victim was a juvenile female who was located on the second floor. According to police, Odom turned himself in and is now in the Beaver County Jail, facing several charges, including aggravated assault. On Monday morning, a fire occurred at a house in Cranberry Township and a firefighter left injured after the incident. A house on Ravenscroft Court caught fire, and the report of the fire came in before 1:15 a.m. According to the fire chief of Cranberry, a couple was able to escape safely after waking up from the noise of their fire alarm. The injured firefighter was taken to the hospital, and the cause of the fire is unknown at this time. A man from Coppleboro was arrested after making disturbing notes to an unidentified female victim. 19-year-old Dylan Bish was the suspect who wrote a note that was brought to police by the victim, which involved a phone number on it in November. A second note was found which involved threats to kill her and threats of harassment because of his obsession with her in February. Bish has a $1 million bond and is now in the Beaver County Jail. Pennsylvania State Police in Beaver report that a man from Aliquippa was arrested on Friday for not restraining his dog after it attacked a dog owned by his neighbor multiple times. 59-year-old Kevin Meredith of East Liverpool, Ohio, complained that the pit bull of 31-year-old Tyler Tharp did not get restrained. According to police, Tharp was given a notice to comply because of improper confinement and control of the dog. The New Swickley Township Police Department released a statement on Friday regarding an incident in which a man was killed after a brush fire occurred in Beaver County on Thursday. Police released the identity of the man, who was 86-year-old Charles Fluke of New Swickley Township. The fire that was around 1 acre was able to be handled. The cause of death for Fluke is not determined at this time. PennDOT District 11 announced that beginning on Monday, March 17th, weather permitting, single-lane restrictions on Freedom Crider Road in New Swickley Township will occur. These restrictions will be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in various locations between Route 989 and Park Quarry Road each day until the middle of April. Punch list work will be performed on the drainage system by crews. Shell Polymers Monaca will be performing activity for maintenance in their ethylene cracking unit after flares and emission occurred on both Thursday and Friday. There was no immediate threat to the surrounding community, neighbors in the industry, or those that were operating on site. These teams on site will try to minimize community impacts during this process. If you have any questions, please contact 844-766-5581. A Pennsylvania man has been sentenced to 8 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to theft of major artwork. Thomas Trotta of Dunmore was sentenced Thursday. He's part of a group that was involved in stealing works by famed artists Andy Warhol and Jackson Pollock, World Series rings that once belonged to baseball great Yogi Berra, and other valuables. His defense lawyer describes Trotta as the group's main burglar and that he testified against others. Federal prosecutors say the location of many of the stolen artworks and other material remains unknown. The thefts occurred in Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., and 5 other states.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
Mostly cloudy, then gradually becoming sunny. We'll see a high near 44. Clear tonight, we'll drop down to a low around 32. Sunshine tomorrow, look for a high near 65 and a low around 46. And partly sunny on Wednesday with a chance of showers through the overnight. We'll reach a high near 74 and a low around 45. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
That's a look at the news for now. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Are you ready? It's time to find out what is on the mind of Eddie Crow. It's something to crow about on Beaver County Radio, 99.3 FM and 1230 WBVP. Now, here's the host of the show, Eddie Crow.
Having a wonderful conversation. I love when a guest makes me feel better about humanity. Tina Price Jeans and Harvey Johnson are sitting in here with me. We're talking about the Live Strong program. We're talking about senior citizens. It's the Hope Christian Center. And Harvey, you've got a seminar coming up that I want to make sure everybody knows about, because what we were talking about off air gives me so much more hope than what I get to talk about on air most of the time. Let people know what's up, how, where with the seminar, and then we'll get back to it.
Okay, thanks for that, because as we said earlier, we want to be relevant to what's going on in the senior citizen community. One of the big things today for seniors is Social Security. And there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of things that need to be dealt with in terms of Social Security. And so Live Strong, under the auspices of the Hope Christian Center, is sponsoring a seminar that will address that particular issue. And I will let Tina talk about the seminar speaker, because she is the one that's directly connected with that. But just to give some relevant information, the seminar is going to take place on Wednesday, March 26th, and it is between 10:30 and 2 p.m., and it will be at Sound the Alarm Ministries, 1 Chicana Way, Aliquippa, PA, and it will start with a light brunch. And
that's how you get them in, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And there'll be tours of the facility.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that we have for the seniors. There'll be tours available. And along with that, there is a limited transportation available.
Okay.
But we want people that are interested to call 724-375-2008. Call, because we'd like to get a head count, we'd like to get a registration, and then we'd like to, if you're interested in transportation, we'd like to know that. So that's very much a part of what we'd like to get out there. We are encouraging the seniors to take advantage of this seminar, because the speaker is really well able to address it. And I'm gonna give that to Tina and let her talk about the speaker that's coming.
Yeah, so Attorney Elias is her and her firm. They're in Center, and they deal a lot with elder law. And so one of the things that they want to do is to make sure that seniors are well educated on what's next and what needs to be done or what needs to be put in place or whatever is that's going on. And so her and her colleagues are going to come in that day. They're going to do in 1 hour seminar, pass out some information, talk about Social Security, offer any questions. They're going to stick around afterwards to offer any questions. Now, of course, if there needs to be more in depth, you would probably have to make an appointment with their firm to continue on with anything else. But yeah, we're really excited. They are excited to come to our program and share some of that news and different information that they have for the seniors.
As a senior, Harvey, is there anything more pressing on your mind than what's going on or the rumors about Social Security and who's doing what?
That is a pressing issue. I think it's just very important to just have an idea in terms of security. my own financial security
Yeah.
of where I am. You know, what's going on, what's being considered in terms of cuts, and then what's in terms of application. Because we well know that programs that are connected with the federal government, sometimes there's a lot of hoops. And there's a lot of, you know, going through this and that to get where you need to be. So that's very, very important to me. It's important that people have the information that will help them to make some really important decisions in terms of where they're going with their financial stability. So,
Life-altering, potentially, decisions. Is there any concern? You mentioned funding. Are there any funding issues on the table because of impending or implied cuts that you've had to worry about as an organization, as a group?
No, not right now. You know, everything is new for us, like we said.
Right.
We're emerging, right?
Yeah.
And so we have not ran into that. God has really blessed us to be able to provide whatever we do within our community, you know, and He has allowed us to do it with such great excellence and not to operate in any type of, you know, distress, you know, and that's, you know, He's a blessing. God blesses us to be able to do that.
All right. What should I have asked both of you that I didn't ask you? Because I want to ask you all sorts of questions.
Well,
I don't want to get too off topic. What should I have asked you that I didn't ask you, besides knowing your dang name? Tina.
Well, that was first, but we got past that, which was cool.
Yes, we did.
Just to share a little bit more about the Hope Center, like you said, we're providing a place of hope.
What would you tell somebody? Somebody walks up and says, "What is the Hope Center?"
So the Hope Center is a cross-generational, community-focused organization that is designated and dedicated to instilling hope in the Aliquippa community as well as the surrounding areas of it through various social, educational, cultural, economic, arts, spiritual, and health programs.
All the things that a human soul needs.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And so that's what we're here to do. You know, we want to empower individuals with the tools that they need and to support them.
Do people know what tools they need, or do they not know sometimes? And when you help them along that path, they go, "Oh, now I get it."
Absolutely.
Yeah?
You know, it probably first starts off with the need, you know, and they may come for a need and find out that they may need something else to help. But the one thing we want to do is to make sure people are able to become sustainable and being able to constantly live that purposeful life.
Absolutely.
Is it tougher to keep the ball rolling once it's rolling? You talk about sustainable.
No. I think you have obstacles, you know, but that doesn't stop the ball from rolling. Sometimes,
but if the ball's rolling, you can at least build a little positive from it.
Absolutely. And you just keep, you know, sometimes you might have to adjust, you know, because there may be another need that you meet because that's an obstacle. But you just keep the ball rolling. We overcome, you know, we're overcomers. So we overcome obstacles.
All right. And that, Tina, I believe that, but I believe you have to want to do that to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
And Harvey, you said something, we were talking earlier. How much of it is the social interaction? Knowing, I hate to use the phrase, but misery loves company, the negative side of it. If I have needs and you have needs, don't we feel better knowing that we're not alone in that, especially spiritually?
Absolutely. At the heart of community, at the heart of the love is community. And community brings about the possibility of empathizing and seeing the positive of where you are. You know, sometimes we get so wrapped up with where we are. And this is why I tell people that, particularly seniors, don't sit at home and just, you know, get wrapped up in where you are. Get out and connect with other people.
Force yourself to at least see a different perspective.
Yeah, and it's more than misery loves company.
Yeah.
But also there is the possibility that misery can also be dealt with from a very positive vantage point, and you can see from another side. You can see from another angle that, hey, I'm not as bad off as I think I am.
There, but for the grace of God.
Yes, and there's hope for me. There, there's faith in looking toward my situation and my problem. So all of that, I think, is a part of it.
All right, I want to ask you both this question. You can answer together, or you can answer individually. What's the greatest thing you get out of doing this work?
Whoa.
I think for me is seeing God move on behalf of someone's life.
Yes.
And being able to be a resource, a safe space,
a facilitator,
a facility, to be able to maybe coach. That's like the term people use nowadays, to be able to coach somebody through a situation, and providing a place of opportunity, of a pathway. That they can, provide to meet that need. Yeah. And making those connections and building those relationships. I think that's what it is. And being able to have a space to present Jesus Christ and the love of Jesus Christ to many.
Harvey, what do you think? Can't steal any of her answers.
No, I can't. I'm going to go with something that Jesus said. Jesus said it's much better to give than to receive. And giving is all about the love of God. That's what it's all about. And being connected to Him and His purpose it's a motivator. It's a motivator in terms of wanting to tell other people, hey, there's hope here. There's faith here. There's an opportunity for you to live your senior years in peace, in quietness, and being connected with others that are of like faith. Those things motivate me day to day to make that connection individually and in groups, and say, look, there's something here. You want let me share some things that happened in my life that changed the picture. It gave me a new perspective. I think all of those things are very important.
It's none of my dang business. I don't know how old you are. What would current age Harvey tell 35-year-old Harvey?
Well, I'm not ashamed of him.
Tina just snickered a little bit under her breath.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I'm not. I really am not ashamed. I'm 78.
You're 78.
Yeah. And
it's clean living, man.
And there's a lot of those years. Up to the point of where I'm living now, there was some very important things that happened in my life that gave me a much sharper focus in terms of who I am, who God is,
good and bad,
and right,
life, yeah.
Absolutely. But coming to that point where I know that there's an answer. I know that you just don't have to sit there and live in misery. There is an answer to your situation. That was a big change in my life. A major change, I should say, in my life.
How were you going about it before? Devil may care, whatever happens.
Trying to do it with my own perspective and my own strength, so to speak.
Okay.
And in that, I was like, okay, maybe it's over here. Maybe the answer's over here. Maybe the answer's over there. And I would go to different places in terms of that and find out, nope, that's not it. Until I came to a point of realizing it's above and beyond me. It's not situated in me. It's above me. And that's what we want seniors to know. You're not alone. There's an answer to your situation.
Tell people how they can get in touch with everything about this program, the Live Strong program, Hope Christian Center, and how they can get hooked up with the seminar coming up. Because I promise you, people coming in to talk about Social Security right now, let people know that'll be a packed house.
Oh, yeah. Again, Wednesday, March the 26th is the time, 10:30 to 2. It will be at Sound the Alarm Ministries, which is 1 Shekinah Way, Aliquippa, PA. There is a transportation that will be available, but we're asking that you register.
Give a heads up.
And that number is 724-375-2008. We have a cutoff, and that's important. We have a cutoff. March 24th is our cutoff so that we can have an idea of what we need to prepare and how we need to situate ourselves for our visitors. So that's important.
All right, after it happens, you're going to let us know how it went?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Oh, yes, because one of the things that is important about this is not the only seminar. We're looking at a series of seminars that will connect with issues that seniors deal with, like your will, your finances in terms of when you leave, what's going to happen here.
Right.
Those kinds of things are important, and we're looking at a series of seminars that will be connected to Live Strong.
Well, as those come along, let us know. We'll make sure to let everybody know. Okay.
We definitely will.
But if you want to come and see what Sound the Alarm looks like before then, we are having a fish fry for Lent up until April.
That's all. Why? All right. Open with that. It's Lent season. Come in and say, we're going to talk about Jesus and old folks, but first, fish fry.
We are having a fish fry. It is every Friday.
Where's it at?
At Sound the Alarm Ministries, 1 Shekinah Way, and we take orders.
Okay.
So it's takeout though from 12 to 2. And from 2 to 6, it's takeout and dine-in.
Okay.
And so you can call, you can place your order. We are doing fried cod and catfish.
What are the sides?
Fries and coleslaw, and you get a dessert.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we are doing that, and listen, I promise you, this fish is really, really good. And I am going to give you the number if you want to call and order, or if you want to swing by.
Can't tell me it's good fish and then leave me hanging.
Right.
This fish is really, really good. Right. It is really, really good.
'Tis the season, man.
Let me find the flyer really quick.
Oh my gosh, fish fries.
Oh, it's really good. And it's fresh. It's cooked fresh. Soon as you call in and place that order, by the time you get there to be done, it's fresh fish, seasoned very well. And
takeout only for lunch, but takeout or eat in for supper.
Yep. Takeout is from 12 to 2.
All right.
And 2 to 6 is dine in or takeout.
All right.
So you can call and place your order. The first number is 724-622-3285, or you can dial 412-841-4318. And so those numbers are alternate numbers. If you can't get through the one, then you call the other. If not, call the other back, and we will make sure that we'll get your order in and serve you with a smile and love.
And I can testify to the fish because I'm one of the cooks. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's good stuff.
All right.
And that is something that we are providing through the Hope Center. And just being able to have a space for people to come in and check us out.
There are people driving right now that couldn't write the number down. That number is going to be on the Facebook feed that you can watch and go back up and get it all taken care of. All right.
Excellent.
Tina Price Jeans and Harvey Johnson. You come back anytime, yes?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. This video or the show, the interview is on Facebook. It's on Instagram. You can go back and reference all the different phone numbers and get yourself taken care of. Yeah, you open with fish. And then you jump over to Jesus with the loaves and the fishes.
Yeah, how about that? How about that? He definitely fed us. He definitely fed us.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate you.
Much more uplifting than the first 2 hours.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
For the fourth year, Push Beaver